Welcome to Duncan Public Schools. This video will serve as a tutorial on how to enroll your pre-K student for the upcoming school year. Once you navigate to our website, go to the top of the page and click the Enrollment Portal button. This will take you to our Enrollment Center. You'll find all the information you need to know about our enrollment office location, how to contact our staff, and our hours. You'll also see enrollment dates to remember, and these will be updated for you each year so that you know when the important dates are coming. For this example, with pre-K student, we're going to go to the 2026-2027 new student enrollment button. This is going to take us to our new student enrollment page. On this page, you can find all kinds of information, including our Back to School tab, which we will load in with everything you need to know as we get closer to school starting, but our enrollment guidelines. So in the state of Oklahoma, children must be age 4 by September 1st to enroll in pre-K. Just something to keep in mind. Now that we know that, let's go to step 1. So all the documents listed below here are required for enrollment. Your birth certificate, proof of residence, up-to-date immunization records, court documents regarding custody, and anything else listed here. It's a good time to start gathering those, but you'll be able to upload those online during registration if you would like, or you can bring them to our enrollment office located at 242 North 9th Street. Step 2 is new student enrollment forms. So the following documents also need to be completed to finalize your enrollment. Again, if for some reason you cannot upload the documents during the online portion of the enrollment process, you can bring a copy of them to our enrollment office during our weekday hours. Step 3, it's time to enroll your new student. Use the link below to navigate to the next screen so we can get started. Once you click that link, you'll be redirected to this page. Here's where you will put in all your information about yourself as the parent or guardian so we can get started with the online registration. Make sure that you use a good email that you check on a regular basis so that when you receive your link to move on to the next part of the process, you're able to find it. This email is going to look something like this. Again, just reiterating some of the important documents that you're going to have that are required, but at the end here, you will click this link to begin the registration process. Here, you will input your name and hit submit and continue to move through the online registration. Now we are in the beginning and we're going to get started with inputting all of your information about your household. So make sure that everything you input here is accurate as it can be. You'll also notice that underneath the sections that are relevant to documents that are required, you'll have the option to upload those. So for this one, you can upload your proof of residency here, or for some reason you have issues uploading it, you can bring it by our enrollment office at your convenience. It's also going to ask you if this household receives mail at this address. And if it does not, this is a good time to input your P.O. Box address or a different physical address where you do receive mail. You can also upload your household survey, which was located on our district website as one of those required documents. When you're finished, you'll click Save and Continue. Next, we're going to start adding our parent and guardian titles. So this is where you're going to input information about the parent or guardian. Again, make sure that this information is as accurate as it can be. Because we're enrolling a pre-K student, you would select no for this because you are the adult. But if for some reason you are an emancipated student or a student aged between 18 and 21, you would select yes. Now we're going to need your contact information. The information you provide here is very important because this is the information that we use to contact you regarding your student or with district updates. So if there's an emergency or anything like that, a school closure, this is the information that we use. So it's very important that this information stays up to date. Also, we're going to ask you about our impact aid statement, and this is just indicating whether or not a parent or guardian is a service member. And once you're complete here, you're able to see that that profile is completed and move to the next section. Now we're going to move into the emergency contact section. We do require that you add an emergency contact that is not yourself, and you are able to select whoever you want that to be for your student, and you'll put their information here. It's also going to ask you if this person lives at the household with the student, and if they do not and they have a different address, it will prompt you to input that correct address as well. When you're finished, save and continue. So now you can see that that part is also complete, and move to the next section. So now we're ready to add our student. So you'll see that button, Add New Student, down below, and we're going to click that and start inputting all of the information about our student specifically. So this is their legal name, but you'll also notice we have a nickname section where you can fill that in if your student doesn't go by their legal name, so that their teachers and coaches can know what to call them and what they prefer to be called. Again, it's very important for information accuracy that you do your best to input everything exactly the way it's displayed on their legal documents. You'll also notice that at the bottom of this section is where you can upload a file of their birth certificate. Now we move to the next section. Here is where you get to select your pre-K school site. Note that your site choice is not guaranteed, but it will be considered by the district. A quick overview of what Duncan Public Schools has to offer for pre-K. We have Will Rogers. Will Rogers is an all-encompassing pre-K only facility. Elk Crossing is a multi-generational facility where our pre-K students get to interact with the residents that live there. And then Woodrow Wilson has a pre-K classroom as well as K through 5 on their campus. If for some reason you decide that you would like your student to go to Woodrow Wilson, you'll be prompted with some additional questions to follow, and we'll show you those right here. So after selecting Woodrow Wilson, you'll see these extra questions. So we just want to know if you have other students at Woodrow Wilson, if your student has attended Head Start before, or if they've ever attended daycare. So you'll just select the answers to those, and that just helps us with our decision-making process. And when you're finished, you'll hit Next. Now we move into the legal and custody section. So the question is, are there any legal or custody concerns regarding your student? If you select yes, you're going to be prompted to explain why. You'll also be able to upload your custody agreement in this section as well. Next, we have our race and ethnicity section. It is required that one of these is selected. Now we move into our housing section. So your child may be eligible for additional educational services. Eligibility can be determined by completing this questionnaire. So the question is, where is the student and family currently living? Please select one of the options below. So select the option that best applies to you. And when you're finished, click Next. Now we're moving into our language information, so please enter the language information for your student below. Follow each question and select the appropriate answer in the best accuracy that you can provide. And you can also upload your home language survey here as well. Student services. Does your student have a current IEP, 504, or have they ever participated in gifted or talented services? Previous school information. If your student has ever attended another school, you'll fill this information out for them as well. Tribal enrollment. This is going to ask you if your student has any degree of American Indian ancestry, so please provide the enrollment office with your CDIB card if that applies to your student. Emergency contacts. So remember that we have to have a minimum of one outside of the guardians. This just allows you to select the relationship of this person to your student and then the contact sequence that you would like us to reach out to them. Next, if your student has a primary care provider, you would want to put that information here. You can also upload your medical release form to this section. Health services. Does your student have any medical or mental health conditions? You can select yes or no in this section. And if your student has any medications, you can indicate that as well. Again, if you're looking for any of the required forms, those are on our website in that new enrollment section. You can also upload the immunization records as well as the consent form listed below. Remember that if for some reason you are unable to upload these documents, you can come by our office and bring a paper version. Next are the release agreements. So here is where you will, if you click the hyperlink next to any of these, you can read the full policy, but you will accept and understand that these policies do exist. And you can also do your field trip consent and consent to screening tests, as well as giving permission for students to be tested to determine eligibility for programs like Gifted and Talented. When you're finished with those, you'll be prompted to sign. So now on this screen, we're able to see that something on our student's profile is incomplete. So you can click into that and let's go get that corrected so that we can move forward with our process. So now that we've clicked it, we can scroll down and see that it was the parent-guardian relationships. So this is where you can indicate the guardian's relationship, whether they're their guardian, their mother, their grandmother, their aunt, and then select the contact sequence as well. Now we can see that that profile is complete. Now we've reached the end of our online registration, which will just require a signature. And then finally, click Submit. Now that you've completed the online registration for Duncan Public Schools Pre-K, we're so excited to get ready to meet you. Friendly reminder that if for some reason you do not have all of your documents uploaded, your registration will be incomplete until those are completed. So be sure to upload those or bring them by our enrollment office at your earliest convenience. Thank you.